I just wanted to pop on really quick because it has been a very, very long time. I don't think I've ever did a live on YouTube. So I just want to pop on real quick and show you how to connect your 3D printed attachments that were available in the store. How you connect these to your motors if you're making your turners at home. What this one is designed for 3/4 inch pipe. You can always, the ones that I have, they're designed for 3/4 inch pipes. So I have to use the 3/4 inch pipes. If you use a smaller pipe, there's a possibility that they could be made for a smaller pipe. But of course, that will be way, way, way down the line right now because these are the ones we're going to be working with are the 3/4 inch pipes. On one side, it's just the piece that fits perfectly onto the pipe. And it keeps the pipe turning perfectly round because it's designed in the computer to be what it is, pretty much perfect. It's got the little hole in the back that the motor slides into. It also has the pin on the side for the cotter pin. If you decide to use a cotter pin, it's not a necessity that you have to use a cotter pin because you can actually just it can go snug just right onto the motor. That's how snug it fits. And then once it get on there, then it doesn't come off. It doesn't move or anything like that. Like it's specifically designed for it. The reason why it's got this rivet in it is because the cotter pin, once you put the cotter pin on the inside, then it clamps on there perfectly. But the ones that I have, I don't have the cotter pins in those. So I've already put them on this motor. So pretty much you just take the adapter that I have and you just put it on top of the motor. And once you put it on top of the motor, at that point, it will turn perfectly with no offness, no roundness, or no anything like that. The size holes that I have in my box, they fit perfectly for it. I put the on-off switches on the back of this one, but the holes that I have in there, they fit perfectly. So let me see if I can get you a better view of it. So once you put it in, it fits snug. And once you bolt it down, once you bolt it onto the back, then it's not going to move. It's going to stay perfect. It'll always only go round. It would stay that way. How a majority of them are uneven or whatever the case it is, or if you try to make it and it's uneven where your epoxy's falling to one side, either it's falling down to the bottom, or it doesn't get the top or whatever the case it is, or you get that big bulge on the bottom. Once you put this in there like such, I'm going to just put a lead screw in here really quick just so I can show you what it looks like once you get it on. So I'm not going to keep this screw in here, but I'm going to just pop it in real quick so I can show you what it looks like. With the hole that's in there, it fits in perfectly, like it perfectly slides in just how it's supposed to be, just the way that it was designed to be. So I know that this screw is a bit big. That screw is going to come out, but that's what it looked like once it's in there. How it fits snug, it fits perfectly like it's on there and it's not going to come out. Of course, you put the cotter pin on top of it. Once you put the cotter pin on it, it fits it really snug. And that's what it looks like. It fits inside of that hole perfectly. And then you just take your 3/4 inch pipe that's already inside. I think this is about maybe 5 inches long because of the way that my box is built. So at this point, now when I ship them, it makes it a lot easier because I can ship just this. And then once you get it, you can take the attachment, in which I don't have the base piece on it. You can take it and it just snaps in. And once it get on there, it's on there. It's no coming off once it's on there. It fits all the way to the back, but I know I have to pull this one back out, so I didn't want to push all the way on there. And once it rotates, when it turns perfectly. Every time it turns, just as long as you make sure you have straight pipe. If you don't have straight pipe, then it won't turn straight. But it slides on there. And at that point, then you're ready to go. It makes it super easy the way that I see it. It makes it really easy. And the same goes for the other one. Pop it on. Once you pop it on, take your 4 or 5 inch pipe, contingent upon how big you cut your box. Take the pipe and put it on. What I would do is I would probably take a hammer and just give it a couple of taps, maybe like a rubber mallet. I'm using what you're not supposed to use. It's what I have on my table. You don't want to hit it too hard, because if you hit it too hard, you'll end up messing up the motor itself that's on the inside, or it'll end up pushing this pin down on the inside, and that's what you don't want. But just as long as you have a straight pipe and you know your pipe is straight, once you put it in, it's going to keep it in there perfectly. Unlike using what I was using, I was putting like an adapter on it, and I was putting a connector on it. It was just way too much. Kind of like the one that I have over here. It's got the it's got an adapter on the inside of it. It's got another piece that's on the pipe. It was just way too much work in order to try to make them like that, when it was a lot easier to just use this one piece adapter, pop it onto your motor and put it on. Even if you don't have the tools that you need in order to make it, you can make this super easy by just attaching 2 pieces of wood on the side and putting like a foam holder, cutting this perfect to be a foam holder, or maybe even push it through this, to be honest. If you get a piece that's long enough, push it through, and that'll keep it straight. But you just have to make sure you get a bigger piece of pipe, and it would actually work like that without you even having to build a box for it. It's just 2 simple pieces of wood that go on the side here, just to hold it up, and take this and just stick it through it. That way it'll have a guide post, and you're ready to go. But with mine, I do mine a bit different. So in the back, that's what it looks like. And in the front, that's what it looks like. And on the inside. And I have to connect the motors and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show you how that piece works. I hope this helps you.